documents date back to the 14th century. So this is Titanic Quarter. And coming up on the left is about 100 metres is the SS Nomadic. It's Titanic's little sister. The very ship that brought the unsinkable Molly Brown out to Titanic to start her very eventful journey. Restored now as part of the Titanic experience. And although you can see the main building straight ahead, we do drive past it initially. We then do a quick turnaround, come back and stop just outside Spud Murphy's. That little green building coming up on the right. For the foreseeable future, that has to be our drop-off and pick-up point for the Titanic experience. Now, it's not a museum. A lot of people decide not to do it because they believe it to be a museum. It's not a museum, it is an experience. It doesn't dwell just on the tragedy, neither. It's more about Belfast at the time Titanic was built, the people that built Titanic, where they lived, how they lived. And it really is an experience, and one that most people don't forget. On the right, all those people hiding under cover are waiting for us to turn around and come back, which we'll do in about 2 minutes. But I have to go to stop number 4 first. 200 metres to the left, that's where Titanic was launched on the 31st of May 1911. 100,000 people had turned out to watch the event. It was all over in just 62 seconds. Titanic was down the slipway and in the water. They could all go home. For there was something missing. There was no christening ceremony. There were no words like God protect her and all who sail in her. There was no bottle of champagne smashed. For the White Star Line, they had done away with the formality of a christening ceremony for all of their ships. Many people, not least the men that built Titanic, felt that this was tempting fate. Well, maybe it was. Titanic was certainly not their only tragedy. Our stop number 4 is here. It's for the HMS Caroline. That's it, straight ahead. It's a C-class light cruiser. It fought in the Battle of Jutland in 1916. It came to Belfast in 1924. And up until 2011, it had been the oldest Royal Navy ship still in commission and still afloat. It was then decommissioned. Now, the HMS Victory is the oldest still in commission, but it is no longer still afloat. If we were going to send the Caroline to Portsmouth 2 years ago, they've since changed their mind. On the left, that is Samson. Up ahead on the left, that's Goliath. To give you an idea how big those cranes are, you can get the Statue of Liberty underneath either of them. The letters H and W are nearly 6 metres high. So just think of the effort that the people of Belfast went to just to say hello and welcome. Of course that's not true, it means hardened and woven. But isn't it just as well they didn't change those letters when the company got bought over by Fred Olsen? Thankfully not everyone gets that nicely in the job. We're going to pull over here. If you're going to the Titanic experience, simply cross over at the lights just ahead of us. You'll be there in about 1 minute. That's us, pretty much at a halt. This is stop number 5. I know some people will tell you they're 100, but either's not. They're usually including motorways, through the carriageways and roundabouts, but in the past there's competition between the two traditions. But in the 1880s, the British Army arrived in Belfast to try to stop the two traditions quite literally killing each other. Hundreds of thousands of people had arrived in Belfast in the second half of the 19th century. They were all looking for work and they were all needing housing. There just wasn't enough housing. areas would become dominated by one religion or the other, and then eventually they would into conflict with each other as people desperately tried to go into somewhere new. They started to fight, they started to kill each other. The British Army brought in, they couldn't stop them killing each other, so they built barricades between them. Roughly the same place that Bolshevik centers and these walls do still exist today. On the left, that's the statue of the coming up next. This is Dublin Road. Might get flagged down by dawn. So this is one of the step quarters. This is Queen's Quarter, taking this name from University. Belfast has been deliberately sold around the world as the city of 7 quarters. It's an attempt to get away from divided city and able It is working, and there's more people that are coming to Belfast than ever before. Thankfully, Belfast has changed dramatically in the last 15 years more than any time before. For stop number 9, coming up next, it's right outside Lavery's bar. They came before 1,000 pints of Guinness every day. Now, some people have argued that that's not really that much for a city centre bar. It is when you have only 20 customers. 4 floors of entertainment for different music tastes and for different age groups. Country music, Irish music, punk rock, whatever floats your boat. Lavery's is easily identified. It has all the flags above it. That's the Belfast flag, a flag, that's Lavery's on the left. The buildings in Belfast are constructed and the laws that changed in the United Kingdom meant that many of the landowners could now produce livestock, something that was prevented from doing in the 18th century. To do that, you would have to get rid of your tenant farmers. So it was the perfect storm for the landowners. That's not developed. But however, even the Port of Belfast, as mentioned earlier, raised customs revenue from the British Exchequer at a time when the rest of Ireland was suffering. Up ahead on the left, that's the Royal Victoria Hospital. It's the full of horrors of conflict first began. It was famous when it was first built. It was one of the first buildings to be built with air conditioning installed by local company Davidson & Co. They were equipped with Waterworks. In 1965, the portable defibrillator was invented by local Frank Antridge. It made Belfast the safest city in the world to have a heart attack. The downside, in the 1970s, Belfast was a city most likely to give you that heart attack. There was that much going on or thought. The people in the calls, though, they do see themselves as Irish. Many of the American public supported the armed struggle, but many of them didn't. The majority of people today support peace protests. 25 years at least. And the only way to measure the success of peace protests has is in the last 20 years, people wanted to take their children out of the clutches of the paramilitary groups. They didn't need to go too far for things to be very, very different. A few miles outside of Belfast, two traditions that you might go into next to marriage. 11 million people have signed this wall, that message is hope for the future. But they've only been signing the walls since 1998. Prior to that, nobody could have signed the wall. When I worked in Belfast in 1977, there's no chance I would be coming up here to sign any wall. But the Good Friday Agreement again changed things so much that we developed a tourist industry. We were encouraged to be little did they know though that the people get painted over every year with the graffiti artist competition. Most of their messages are underneath 15 layers of paint. But coming up on the left, the words of the more famous have been embedded in a terracotta section. Off in the middle you read the words of the Dalai Lama: open your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. Bottom left, the words of Bill Clinton: I did not have a cent. Oh no, they're the wrong words. Never resist that. When we get to the top of this road, if we turn left, we go to the Falls Road. They see their future as part of a united Ireland. We turn right, we approach the Shankill Road, they see their future as part of a united kingdom. The completely opposite when it comes to politics. And then somewhat in and somewhat out of the United Kingdom. The way things stand at the moment,